Hello. Now then, welcome back. This is episode 15 of our automating spillage playthrough with the Iron Teeth on hard mode, and we are on our way through yet another drought. No good weather here as per usual. But things are looking sort of okay-ish, kinda. I mean, just don't look like here. Nothing to see down here. Just scoot past that. Other than that, everything is all super good, super well, super fantastic. Scoot around that corner so you can't see anything. Let's get the beavers running around and hopefully see the back of this 19-day drought. Scoot over that, you see nothing. So they're still working on this, which is going to be our power pit. I am hopeful that this will at least be done to here anyway, this episode. We could also start to lay in some power, but I don't exactly know how far along they're going to be, but we will learn that together. Planks are kind of holding steady at this point, which is good to see because this is taking quite a lot of construction, but it won't take too long. There's a few bits and pieces we've got lined up construction-wise for them, other than this thing, which is probably going to now keep them busy to the end of it, because there is, I believe, enough reach to get all the way to the end at this point. Plus there's some digging to be done elsewhere, sort of this area, which I think is next on the list for these guys to do. I believe... Ah yes, there's still some more levels down here. And this of course assumes I've dug the right size pit. That is its own debate for another time. There's this to come. That's going to happen at some point. That's going to need a bit of finagling to get this to work. I think the easiest thing we can do with this is once we're down here and it's bad tide proofed, which is the ultimate plan. Again, just the old water dump technique. We can then drill a hole straight down in here and feed this area to be a little bit nicer. Now, again, ignoring this, we have fixed that problem by putting these in. Last time we filled this up, which is I think the first time we've actually got all of this filled to this point. And yeah, it's overspilled here, which I was not expecting, which is a bit of a whoopsie on my part. Yikes. But, you know, we will rebound. There's not too much water left. As soon as that gets back in, these can all be replanted. I don't think it's too much of an issue. Do we have canola in here? Not a lot of it. I also can't store anything. That's interesting. So, I think we now need to move our way down to storing these goods elsewhere. So we have finished things here, which is great and fine. And we should add to the burden of the build queue by moving some of the old industry down here. So, it's very out the way, but we ain't got anywhere else to really conveniently stick it. So, here it goes. Basically, it'll all sit in here. Now, we've got plenty of time for this, so I don't think we need to worry too much about it, but I would like to get raw ingredients and stuff stored elsewhere. Where are you getting stored? Oh, that's over there. That's okay. That's fine. Bolts, that's going to go up here, although we could put a big warehouse in if we wanted to. I don't think we need a giant thing for explosives. We've got one anyway. We're not at bots yet, so that's not coming down here. So these basically are going to be what's coming down here. Raw goods. I think corn's though. Oh no, it's not. Okay, fine. So we need 8 of these, basically. Which we obviously got much less of. Raw goods should have, for the stuff we're producing, all big storages, which is the case. So, but we need to put in 2 more up here with some shenanigans, but we can sort that out up there. Because I want to keep the finished goods up here, sort of near this complex, so they can crawl past it in the morning. So, what have we got? We could put them all in, I suppose. You know, it's probably worth it just to put them straight in. Yeah, we will. We will do that. So without making this too much of a problem, think we'll just do that. And these are basically just going to be set to whatever we've got. I don't technically need these yet, but whatever. What was that? Beans, eggplants, soy. I've done these. What am I doing? What am I doing? Algae, soybeans, eggplants, beans. You were in fact canola seeds, and you can be for the mushrooms. So we have extra spare place to put something big in if we wanted to. We could look to move, or get a big gears, but I think they should be over here. Food storage wise, again, they're going to get done up here. Now, this convenient path, which I was going to rip out, I don't think would be a good move for us. But what would be a good move for us, I think, is to just sort of do this. Something along these lines, and then just, you know, duplicate this bad boy. And then for what we've got left, we've got the old algae and the old fermented shrooms. So they can be built, but not filled. And then that should give us enough food for, I think, for pretty much anything under the sun. Down here, don't think we need it. Down here, we could probably look for gears and whatnot. But there is enough for these guys to be on with, so we'll kind of park that a minute. We did also build some more of this fanciness. I say fanciness, I think it's fancy. But this is going to be, oh, when it's finished, it's going to be where we can put all of the housing. We shouldn't need too many more once all this is built, but it's, again, low-hanging fruit, so it'll be a while. I did kind of make a mistake on this to have another tier in. I should have made this one extra, but hey, you know, can't do everything right first time. But we can build underneath and then just hook it off the back. That'll be just easy enough to get that sorted. It'll take a while. They will get there when they get there. It's gonna take some, well, a lot of things to be done. As part of that, though, we do need to think about how this power ultimately here joins up everything else. So that is what I want to think about today. So where do we need power? Question number one. Here, because I would like to not have these engines running if we don't have to. And we're going to need power over here to power these. And we're going to need power over here to eventually put the smelters over here. We're going to need power. So this basically giant monstrosity here is all metal production. We could then hook power in from over here to somewhere over here and have wood production over here, which keeps it mostly local to this. We could maybe make this a little bit more efficient by joining up to an area down here with just another two-way station. Probably do that. But how will we get the power out and across? Now, that is the interesting one. So with this, we can ultimately punch a hole wherever we like. We could also, because the wheel's going in here, the water will drop down. There should not be any splashback, but that does give us this nice clear path and ability to run all the way through here to then sort of chimble stuff out the way. Now, the problem we have here, we're going to hit this and drain it, and I don't want to have water coming through here. I want it to come this way. But what I think the easiest thing to do is bring it out of here, once they're all joined together, and hook it into the side of this, and then bring this guy across. Somehow. We'll figure that out. Probably just run it through, because you can put power through these buildings. Can't transmit power, but you can put it through the buildings, so hook it into here, and then run a power line at the side of this through this here building, because we don't really need these paths down here anymore, I don't think. Although looking at that, they do seem to be using it, so maybe we do. That could be a case of tweaking that somewhat slightly, but that may help us get the power down and across a little bit easier. But again, we need to get the power through, so we can bring that out to here and run it across and then down this way. And then once it's in the side of the building, it should pass through to whatever's built to the side. That should happen once this is empty. The mine will get done when it gets done. But I think that would make the most sense for us. Now, we can also fill a lot of this in as well. So we don't... Not that we can dig dirt, but we can fill it in with platforms. So... How are they doing here? Not too bad, so we're near the end. And I'm hoping that this works. Otherwise, we've built a bit of a lemon. We could test this theory. Let's just rip those out. They should be able to pull all of that out quite easily. Let's just get them to pick it up, because I don't want it to go anywhere else. But it does mean that we should, if I've done this right, be able to put this in. And I have not done it right, because it is now... I mean, it's the right depth, so it's half right. But the power is only on the end, so I need to blast out another channel on the side here. But that is at this level, so that's not the worst. It could have been worse, but it isn't at this point, so I think we're okay. Dynamite production is kind of lacking at this point, but that's fine. That's probably because this guy's very much overworked. Let's get haulers in. I think we should have enough haulers. Do we have jobs, workplaces? Many a deep water pump, but that's fine. We have only one hauling post. Okay. That probably definitely needs fixing. These guys will not have enough. So, build me this, please. And then we can probably say that we need more beavers too. So, how far are these kits from being finished? Okay, we're gonna have 2 more soon anyway, so that takes us down to a deficit of 5. You are waiting on a ton of construction, which is fine. Once this is finished, we should be able to get them up and on. So it's explosive, that's the problem. Okay, fine. It's kind of what we guessed, I suppose. As long as this thing's getting all it needs to actually produce dynamite, I think we're okay. Demand is still under that, so again, there's a lot of engines here that we could get away with not having. Then to run the power into this, we can, if we need it, we can run it along the side and hook it into this if we wanted to. But they're on with that. Alright. Water is okay. That's fine. We are going to need a lot more dynamite as well, because we need to kind of blast it out. And this out. This whole chunk of land up here needs to come out. I want to get rid of it. Maybe not this bit here, but certainly all of this area, just so it doesn't fill up too much. We will have some of that problem, to be honest. We will need to do something with the land before we get that far, but I want to make all of this a giant reservoir eventually. That's the plan. Right, okay, so let's see. I think it may be worth getting some more dynamite on the case. Now this thing takes, I think, 120? Wherever it is. I was right the first time. Oh, it's 150. We don't have that kind of overhead. Alright. I think we can probably safely pause this. Yeah, alright. I mean, having 12 jobs doesn't help either. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's stop talking about it and let's actually do it, shall we? So, one dynamiter can live there. I need to keep this thing fed and watered. So, we're going to say, haulers, you're going to be for bad water. Obtain, and I'd like you to bring it actually in. I would like these doing sooner rather than later. And we will pause this guy. Which makes this guy doing nothing but pure dynamite construction, which is exactly what we need them to do. Oh good, they've replanted. Happy days. So this is now fine again. Everything's hunky-dory. That's probably stolen some beavers from somewhere else, but I'll take that because they're better off over here. I mean, whichever one you want to be in, I suppose. But we need the haulers, so we'll take that. They're paused, so they're not wasting any power. Good, good, good. Right, so these things eventually, again, 100 years down here, will be a while. The planks are also going to be a bit of an issue for us as well. I just want them to get on with this so we can lay the rest of it in. But not too many to go. It is a long way for them to go, that is for sure, but I think we'll be okay. Bits, we've got plenty of metal bits. Skiers, we're done. Planks, we're okay. There's enough. Yeah, there's enough to sustain this, I think, so we're okay. You should be explosives. It'll be a while, but once it's done, that should be okay. It's not a million miles away. This should 72. Okay, it is quite a way, but we'll be okay. Bit of walking never hurt anyone. Let's delete some more of these. And then we can get these picked up. That gives us a nice stash of planks. We can also just demolish these. They're not covered yet. Aha, fine. We'll leave them alone. It's okay. What we like for everything else. Extract is fine. Okay, so I think what we should also get for this guy, just so we can get them back. Let's go back to the good old automation. Resource counter. You are going to be for extract. When you are... Turn on when you're less than 70%. And this is obviously count von. Extract count. And I've not been naming these, I've run out of names, but I'm sorry. So when you're less than 70%, you will turn on, you will automate your good self to this bad boy. And you can supply. And you will obtain. So that should save us a bit of water being used here, plus staff. They should be able to go somewhere else. These are automated. You're not named either. Count von eggplant. There we go. So there's a bit of room in this one. I don't think we need to be quite as strict on that. Food, I want to, if it's full, stop, but otherwise keep making the thing. So that's exactly what we need. We need to keep them fed and watered. Dynamite is responding nicely to that uplift. They should be able to dump those straight into there, which, sorry, this one. Holders may or may not be doing that. I'm not sure which, but hopefully it'll keep them going. That's fine. All right. So it should mean that they are getting cracked on with this. But they are not. So it's explosives you're missing. But there are explosives here, so I suppose, to be fair, it's a long way for them to go. And I guess they'll do an entire layer. Oops. 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 Alright, so they've done this whole top layer, so they'll be working on the bottom ones underneath. Alright, cool. That is actually okay. I think we can also safely say goodbye to all of these. Yes, without any issue. Yes. There are more than enough planks at this point to sustain everything we're going to need to build. I'm almost sure of it, but I would like at least all of it moving into where it needs to go to. There's a lot to get rid of. A lot, but it won't take us long to fix this. So we've got 3 days left on the drought, so that's good. We should get the water back in. This is kept nice and green. It's obviously gone down a fair bit, but that's okay. They did start down here, but they haven't done any of this yet, which I guess is fine. It's more appealing jobs than ripping this out of the ground, I guess, but it would have been nice to not pollute the area, but no biggie. They'll get to it when they can. So we have 42 explosives. That should be enough to finish this. I mean, obviously not now. I've told them to deal with the planks, but that aside... Yeah, alright. Well, we'll leave them to it. I think we are also going to say we need some more of these. Let's just build that as quickly as we can. We also need to plant some more crops, so coffee is a thing that we are definitely going to need. These bushes here are not really doing it for us. Berries wise, we're fine, there's enough of those. We should get more berries going into this, so let's do that. And we could this area is going to do its thing with our 3-way triple defense, 4-way triple defense that we've got here. But we should be able to plant. Coffee. Now you should also be able to plant coffee. I'm hoping that's enough, and then we will need to gather this, so let's just... That's a lumberjack flag. If we put one here and here... I don't think there's anything else for these guys to pick up, but that's okay. I'm wondering if it's worth... connecting these up so that they don't have to go 100 miles to deal with this. That would probably be a bit more efficient, actually. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. These trees will be dead soon, but the water will be back in half a day, so that's no major rush. That's got that, so that must be good enough in here at this point. You can get explosives though, because they're literally here. I can see them with my eyes. There are 74 of them. Okay, they're going to be a while. It probably didn't help that I told them to pick up all the garbage too, but never mind. Okay, so everything should be tearing through here very shortly. We did lose quite a bit of water, but again, this thing will stay full for the entire 30 days, well, 29 day I think it is, the longest, without any dramas, so anything extra is just for splashing the cash if you wanted to make anything extra green. Which we do. Would like more of it to be green. I think the problem here is the distance at this point, so could we make that any easier for them? Probably. We are going to need a place to put planks though. And unfortunately we have to put them in these tiny, tiny, tiny places. Let's do that. That should get those in fairly swiftly, I think. Let's just plank that, plank that. Let's get a rush on to get these built. Won't take them long. And it's probably safe to say we're going to need a second layer on top of this before too long, so let's worry about that. How to worry about that is the question, though. Certainly it's going to be one of these, and that gets us up to this level, so one of those, and all that. And I suppose just do those. A lot of planks, but we're going to be pulling them out the ground soon. These big wheels, what do they take? And that's going to chew through all of them, so they're not totally wasted. We wanted to get everything picked up though, so we may as well... Wrong one. May as well worry about it now. That'll all get picked up soon-ish. And we could do that as well. And they should be able to pick all of that up. This was easier when it didn't delete itself and go into non-existence. However, these are precious, precious resources and we need them, so... It's probably also going to be a case that we store them down here, which is probably the better move that we should have done from the start. Question is where. Can we do this? Other than we can't actually build there, so that was totally pointless. We can't really build anywhere else. I built this into a corner, so we're kind of stuck. So, whoopsie. We could kick him out up here, though. We can do that, so let's do that. This may or may not work as a plank tower, but we'll find out shortly. It should work as a plank tower. Not you, though. That will work. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, okay. We have a plank tower, which is going to need some more love in just a second. Oops. Helps if I get the right stairs, I suppose. This has now become super mega priority. Because I need it built so I can dump the things. I don't think they can get stuck. No, there's a way around. Good. You are very much for planks, and you will be a copy and paste for this, 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 and this. There we go. So plank tower here should be able to get us some extra storage. What have we got? 800? That's not bad. It would be much more useful if it wasn't tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of storage in these small warehouses. Or industrial piles. Full length season on that one. Nice. Okay, that should mean that this will overtop, which it already is. That will mean this overtops, which it already is. That would up overtop, which it already is. So that means this guy will overtop soon, but there is no danger anymore. This is safe. If I had my time again, we could control that a little better with a depth gauge, which may be the correct course of action, actually. Do we want to rush it in? It would mean we waste, or we don't waste this water. So actually, I think we will do that. You guessed it, time for another depth sensor. So you go yonder. You to fill 2 points. Well, you can actually go much higher than that. That might make this guy completely redundant. That's okay. And then I'm kind of stuck now. I am kind of stuck. Or are we? Can I get away with this? I mean, I could definitely do that. Can I definitely do this? No, I can't. Nope, I am stuck. Alright, never mind. We'll be wasting this water this time around. Or are we? We were to do this. Super cheeky. Mega cheeky. We are, because we can't build. We are stuck because we can't build that, although... if we did that, got this guy in, did that, and just say, you are next most important thing on the planet. And we can set you to there, and we can automate you to here. And then delete all this noise, and we'll be fine. At least in theory. If and when it gets built, of course. Step centers there, blah blah blah, target height. Yeah, that should be fine. No, it shouldn't overspill there if it's built beforehand. Good. So, we have water rushing through, which is nice to see. Does that mean we are done? We're not far off it, that's for sure. We have a homeless beaver, okay. Not doing particularly well. And it's going to be another drought, but that's no biggie for us. It would be nice if it was a bad tide in this, but it's not built yet, so we're okay. So, that's that done. Talk to me. How long? 21 days. Alright, that's fine. No issues with that. Coffee's coming up, that's good. This is nowhere near built, which is not good. But they're almost out of scrap though, so that's fine. We can decommission these jobs at least. We've still got all of these over here. Building enough steel, I think, for now. Storage-wise, we're okay. I think we're going to have to build some spires of fun to fix all that at some point. That'll drain away. That's okay. How? Oh. Okay, yeah, alright. I see. I see what you've done. I forgot this was here. Never mind. You'll be fine. You'll be able to get connected again once that's done. In a couple of logs' time. Maybe. And leave. And leave. Thank you very much. Alright, so that's that done. So in theory at this point, we can say goodbye to this, this, and this, and this, this. That, and that. And this should slam shut once it gets to 0.95. Let's make it 0.9. There's a bit of sloshing, so let's turn that down just a tiny bit. And that will keep this area fed and watered. We will probably need to fix this with some memory. Just have a bit of, you know, ability to pick it up and whatnot. What are you? Blocks. Why would you go there? Of course you would. Let's just do the old trick. I think actually they can pick that up, so let's just get that picked up. There's precious resources here that need to be not lost, so... Although, probably not actually. There's probably nowhere to put the metal blocks, which is, I guess, okay. Can't do nothing about it. They picked all the errant planks up. Yes, they have. Fantastic. So this should be able to be built for everything under the sun, which I think the answer is yes. So let's demolish this guy. Yes. One more to go. Plank me up. Thanks very much. Right, so I do believe there's nothing to dig after this. No. I believe the pit is dug. Fantastic. Alright, let's just get all of this picked up. And because of my slight whoopsie-doodle fudge, shall we say, we need to do something about this. So we need to get the old tunnel tech once more and just put it in here. Don't believe we need to worry too much about it. Should be able to just run power cables straight down. Happy days. Might run those first, actually. But I will run those first. So all of that's been picked up. We've just got this last row of planks to deal with. So demolish this noise. Yep. And this noise. Yep. And pick me these up. And that should be exactly, once they've chimbled that out, what we need. That means they should get cracked on with building pretty much everything else we have listed for them to do, which I might let them do because we kind of need the storage for things. These guys are now super bored. So go find something else to do. That's not bad for the job. And are we full on bits? I think we are full on bits. We are full on bits. So you know what that means? Count von bit counts. And you will be 4 metal parts, which will be like so. When you are at 100%, turn off. You will automate to this guy, as will... where are you? Count von bit counts. That's spare beavers galore. Fantastic news. they should now be gamely employed pretty much everywhere else. So go haul. Now, I don't know exactly which of these is the oldest construction we've got, but we'll find out shortly. Give me a builder. Where are you going? Oh, you're picking up the logs. Not logs, planks. That's very true. I did tell you to do that as priority. That's my fault. I forgot. But not many to go, and then they'll start on anything else. It is a very long way for them to travel, but they won't need to do it for too much longer. Well, they will, because we're going to have to put logs in, but that's okay. Does the Hellspire here have space? It does not. I think we need more of this, so... let's just duplicate this, and another, and one more, and that one. And then so I don't break my own head trying to deal with this. That looks to be correct. Oh, this hurts my brain to look at in its dodgy angles. That technically, I believe, is what we need. So they're going to come around to there. We'll need the steps in here. And we need the steps in here. And then we need the steps in here. And then we need the steps in, finally, here. Well, we don't technically need these. I will take them out. It'll save a bit of time. And a path can now follow up here. Here. There. Also here, and you guessed it, there. I need storage for planks. So build me that storage for planks. I need you to be wood. I'll get there. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Okay, they have got... oh, good lord. They've got properly cracked on with that. Alright, that is not a roof anymore. That is going to be another one of these. That can't be moved yet because it's not available across the path. They will need to pause that so they can build the roof. We do have a number of beds free. Build the roof so that these guys can get some bonus out of that. Did they build any of the storage? They did not. Did they build any of this monstrosity? They did not. Did they build this monstrosity? Mostly. Don't you dare get stuck. I don't think they can get stuck now. No, they can't. Good. That was a bit risky, but okay, it's fine. This is a long way for them to walk, but I'm cool with it, to be fair, so leave them to it. In here, are they done? They are, fantastic, okay. So, they've done the housing, which I guess was the next thing on the list. Are they down here? No. Not even remotely close to that, which is fine. So we have plenty of headroom for that. Okay, good. That's now logged. So, builders, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? You're doing those. Okay. I'll allow it because... Well, we need the well-being, so that's okay. I just need you to, I guess, do something other than that. That'll come later because I just placed it. Hopefully they move on to this. Let's lay these in. So if this is last on the list, or should I get them to blow this up first? I actually think it'd be more beneficial for them to blow this up first, so we will do this. That should keep them occupied for a couple of minutes, hopefully with enough builders to deal with it. We were fine for a minute ago, but now we seem to have lost a million beavers to old age, but that's how it goes. I mean, come and finish that. Just finish that. You may as well get the benefit. I guess they're still walking through it anyway. No? Okay, half them aren't. That's fine. Makes some sense. Could have made a little sneaky entrance if we wanted to, I guess, but never mind. We could make the path a tiny bit more efficient, but we're not going to. Not yet, anyway. Because underneath here, we're just going to run this all the way through. And they have easy reach distance to get to it as well, so we'll not babysit it, don't worry. We'll come back and do something else. Alright, so that's done. So this should now add some bonus to these guys. Probably not until they're asleep, but that'll be okay. Once that's finished, we can get them to move anywhere else to deal with this. We could have moved the stairs over this way and have them going down Central Avenue, but there you go, whatever. It is what it is. How's the trees looking? They're okay, they're not getting cut down. These are still paused, that's fine. So this is emergency glut of trees, so that'll be okay. You are... Count on tree count. I probably should, at this point then, say... Count on tree count. get some people in. And also set a cutting area, because that's frankly something that's very important for these guys to actually have, so they can see the trees that need to be cut and not the giant oaks that are actually all sat there. But, you know, I'm happy to help. And then we will need to gamely employ someone back into here. So that's taken probably quite a few builders away from the job in hand to get those cut out, which is okay, but it'll be fine. Probably shouldn't have prioritised this the way I've done it, but I have. It is what it is. They are moving swiftly, though, which is good to see. Much quicker than they were doing before, so that's fine. We can probably safely pause this guy over here, and let's just stop bothering with this, because we don't really need it. Not down here. It was good for what we needed at the time, but I think we're okay. We are very much out of scrap though, so is there anywhere we can go nick some without any hardship? Without a mine. I don't really want to do the mine until we get to bots, because it injures so many beavers. I think we can, and I think we will. Let's do this then. Like so. That should keep the scrap alive. I mean, to be honest, there's enough scrap to keep us going for quite some time. There maybe not high priority jobs up here. I mean, again, it's behind the build queue, so it's going to take a long time for them to get anywhere remotely here. But it's two-way connected, so we should be alright. How far have they got? Have they finished? No, but nearly. They should be able to get back to it today, and I can put the rest of this in, and I think we're done. Two more. Let's go. Alright, maybe not. There's plenty of time. It's not the end of the workday just yet. Bueno. So there's probably more there than we need. We don't need to worry about these. Pick me those up. Planks have taken a swift hit, that's for sure. We've got a stash underneath here if we ever want to get that far. And I think we can safely now start to look at this. And it should. What? Why ever not? Why don't you fit? I don't understand. Is it not? Is it too... It's not deep enough. Well, that's an embarrassment turn for the books, isn't it? Okay. Whoops, again. Let's just Let's just press the right key on the keyboard. Question number 1. Number 2, let's take all this noise out because it's wrong. And then... oh, no, because if I build down, I can't... so let's just... I thought I'd measured this. I did not measure this. Well, bugger. Well, I thought we were done. That's gonna cause us some fun underneath here. That is too high. Okay. Technically, we only need to do it from us over these 2 areas. And yeah, you know, we're okay. What is the lesser of 2 evils at this point? I think the lesser of 2 evils at this point is just doing this. Lasai. Right, how to get him down here? What's the easiest way to do that? I don't particularly want to cut this out. Build me this at high priority. You could have just smacked it, that would have been fine, but, you know, whatever. Please, come and just smack it, that'd be amazing. Just smack it, just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Thanks. Kaboom, right. So, yes. Yes. Alright, do me this honor. Do me this honor. Thank you very much. And then... let's... just because this will be fun to watch, let's just demolish this. Yes, please. And demolish me these. And also these. And come and get them. That's loose goods on the ground, means they're going to go into nothing. We have the plank spire for that, so that's going to be fine. No issues with that. They have got cracked on with that. That should just need hitting with a hammer, which looks like it is. Most of these are going to be empty because we're not even growing them, so that's fine. There, okay. This is alright for now. They've not got to that. They have started this. That's good. Have they started that? No. Okay, fine. Everything's rocking and rolling. Seeds is not looking too great, but we have the storage for them now, so they should get picked out the ground. Probably need some help with hauling. Yeah, they do. And the other farmhouse is with my bad eyes here. Carbs are full. Fair enough. We don't have to worry too much about that then. Berries are on the way. Did we not make... Statistics, come to me. Storage. We need a large warehouse. Oh, that's construction. That's... Is that new? I've never seen that before. Beans. Beans? Berries. Berries is the word I was after. Doesn't look like it. So we do need one more for berries. We're only collecting 200. So I think there's 400 in total. Yeah, because we changed 2 of those. I suppose, seeing as I'm missing them, young berries, and that should mean that all of these have big storages of at least 1200. And that's not built yet. They do. When it is built, it will be there. Okie, so they're down. They're clearing up, clearing house, picking up these blanks slowly but surely. Coffee is looking good. It's not really being picked up, but it's okay. Probably getting brewed instantly. What we can also say is that, you guessed it, the resource counter. Oops. Count Von coffee. Count Von coffee counts. When coffee is full, I would like you to turn off, and you can be automated to that. And that's paused because you're not built yet. There's enough there to sustain us, so not too worried about that. Water is fine, food is okay. Alright, so... what we could also do is automate the coffee beans that we've got. What angle am I at? Here we go. Orientation is broken. Down here, so basically once we have 1200 of these, we could get to pause these two, but I don't think we'll ever hit it, but we'll find out. Right, so they built the tier, that's fantastic, which means they must have built this tier, which they have, also fantastic. You guys are bored, so go somewhere else. And we have 2 board beavers. Fantastic news. They should... Yep, that's fine. That's still full. Farmhouses. Let's locate. Not really a job for you guys to be doing, so enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. Could build another holding post to make it a bit easier, but I think we'll be fine. Okay, we have 3, so we're going to build another builder's hut, I think. No, hauler's post. Just duplicate that. Construction, but a low priority workplace. Alright, so storage is looking good. We do need to build a tower of power for logs, so it would be nice to devastate all of this out, but then have it so that we can use it. These guys look to be now going down, which is good. Which means they've got to this on the list of things. And I can only assume that they don't want to pick these up for reasons unknown. Ah, they can't get there. Lol. Right, so that's that fixed. So we'll come to see what the temperate cycle does for us, and we'll probably call this episode come the next announcement for either a bad tide or another drought, which I think we've had 3 in a row? 4? I mean, I'll take it. Better than a bad tide, I suppose. Nice. Wellbeing is kicking in, which means they must have built... Yes, they have. Could unpause these then. These stairs can now go. Do we need to be up here any more than that? Yes, because we need to build that. So we will unpause that. It's all for aesthetics. This guy's covering everyone anyway. But if we do put another extension on the side here, or at the back more accurately, we will also be able to make benefit of it. I don't think we'll need any more than 3 tiers. That's a lot of beavers. We've got 101 of them, so it'll be quite a lot. But it is doing some good work for the high score, that's for sure. And then they will probably end up building that after they've done all the other stuff that I've asked them to do, so looks like we're getting a long-ish season, so maybe tomorrow. But we're okay. I can't believe I did this wrong. It upsets me. It upsets me. So we are also have to go down another level once we've blasted this out. But all the planks are up, so they should get cracked straight back on with that. We don't have the planks to sustain doing that, so I think the best thing for us to do is just lay single layer dynamite. In fact, it is going to be that. It's a waste of planks otherwise, so let's do this and followed by this. This will chew through all of our dynamite, so that thing we just turned off, we're probably going to turn back on. When I say probably, we are definitely going to turn it back on. So, in you come. Also, bring me the bad water, and haulers can deal with this guy. And it looks like we're getting a full temperate cycle, which is nice to see. So come tomorrow, we'll get the announcements. There we go, and it's a bad tide. Thought the RNG was broken, but nope, it's just they're ready to surprise us. Probably do need to get that locked into as soon as possible, but they're up here, they're pulling that out, that's okay. They can't build any of that because I didn't build it properly. So let's just say that'll get into there, that'll get into there. And that should do us. Okay. That's looking fine. That's also going to be fine. So plenty of woods. Alright, we'll wrap this episode up here while this thing ticks down at full speed ahead. They should be able to get this chiseled out as long as I don't keep putting the wrong stuff down, which is no guarantee. And obviously I need to do this, obviously, because if I don't, it'll be all off kilter and I won't be able to fix it, so don't blow it up first. But that's probably going to be exploited for, well, the next time. They're not going to have all of this done. Well, we could do downstairs, to be fair. But this will eventually be done. I promise you that it will be done. This will run with power. I've foreseen it. It's going to be good. It's going to be definitely worth it, 100%. But water's looking fine up here. We're now spilling over, so this is lovely and green. We do probably need to put a... Well, we don't need to dam it, because if we do, we're going to have all the bad water spinning out here, so don't do that. That'd be a really stupid idea. They've got that done quick, though, so... Are all of these done? Maybe we will see this before the episode ends. The answer to that is yes. Pick those up. Duplicate this to there. Build me that. This guy's already at the right level, so we don't need to worry as much about this guy. That's fine. We wanted to get down into this to run the power over it, but that'll be okay and easily done. Amazing. So let's finish on a high, shall we? Kaboom. Look at it go. Look at it still go. Kablamo. Right, done. So, happy days. We can rip this out. I hate you. Just go. Pick those up. Those treated planks are very precious. They are getting cracked on with this, but maybe we will have this at least blown up. It seems the answer to that will be probably yes. So, let's see, what else have we got? So we have new metal mining going over here. That's going to sort everything out there. That's going to get fixed eventually when they finished everything else that I should have prioritised and done in the right order, in the right depth, but we won't talk about that. I'm also thinking that this area is okay. I need to take all these out, I think. Maybe make this a bit more of a fun zone. Obviously need power around here as well, which we can run off this guy. Not at the minute, obviously. That's our 23-day bad tide, so we shouldn't see any issues from that because everything is protected. Doesn't mean this guy will run forever, which is good. This, again, as ever, has not been set up. This is the first time I've seen this working, and it is working fantastically. I was concerned that this wouldn't have enough headroom to get out, but it seems like it does. Well, I like that a lot. So we have proven that this works. What we haven't proven is that this coming through here. So that is a job for next time. We will connect the bad water to just leave this way. Obviously not now, but that should easily be done by just running two straight things up here, but we'll not do it now. Then these can empty and drain on their own. We can just sort of ignore them forever and ever and ever. When it's good, the water will spill through. When it isn't, it will not. Anyway, 22 days to go. It's almost like the song goes. If you know, you know. But we have this done. I will explode this next time as a bit of excitement and pizzazz for then. And then we can start building probably another spire to fill it with wood. As we're pretty much desolate on planks at this point, but I don't think we're building anything massive at this point, so it's all good. We'll fix that next time. I need to stop playing. So with that, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any comments, please chuck them down below and I will give those a read. Anything you'd like to see done, also chuck them down and see if we can get something done. Other than that, thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.